What's up with your 40 gang? It's your boy. We back with another reaction. This time we're reacting to All-Star Jr. in federal custody for paralyzing NBA Ben 10. But I'm not understanding how he's in federal custody when the pistol was not his. But we're going to check this out. We want to give a shout out to old boy Jake 1017. Whatever we rocking with you. Y'all know who we talking about, but yeah, we want to give a shout out. His channel will be down in the description below. But y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. And let's keep these reactions coming. For the game, let's get it. Get it.
Special agent within the FBI would file a criminal complaint with the U.S. Attorney's Office within the Southern District of Texas. This complaint would allege Detroit's Defensive Player of the Year apparently made a mistake that will cost him the rest of the season, as he's federally accused of being a felon in possession of a firearm. This crime stems from the shooting that sat NBA Ben 10 down permanently, and even more details of how it all went down would be revealed. On April 8th, Houston police responded to a shooting in progress, and arriving on scene would locate John Doe number 1, who we all know to be Ben 10, on the ground inside the restaurant with a gunshot wound to his neck. Officers also observed a trail of blood leading from the main dining room to the elevator, and
He even lucky that he alive, but I'm not seeing how, if the gun wasn't his and he picked it up to protect himself, it's still a felon with a firearm, but in self-defense though. So it's crazy. We're gonna see what they
a
say.
large pool of blood in the elevator. The blood trail continued to the parking garage, where officers found John Doe number 2, who we know to be Dead End Ron. He'd suffered multiple gunshot wounds to his hands and legs. The victims were transported to a hospital while the shooter, All-Star JR, fled the scene before police even arrived. On-scene officers found a black Glock 43X, a holster, and 10 fired 9mm shell casings with blood on them. A Glock 43X comes with a factory 10-round magazine, meaning the weapon was fired until empty, so in other words, JR mag dumped them. Detectives would watch the surveillance video seeing JR at a table with a woman. The two walked out of frame to the elevators, then JR returned on the phone. A group would follow him, crowding around him, before the altercation broke out and a man attempted to drag JR to the elevator. Ben 10 can be seen attempting to take JR's chain alongside an unidentified suspect named John Doe number 3. John Doe number 3 would actually snatch the chain, running out of the restaurant as Dead End Ron was able to remove JR's watch from his wrist. JR was apparently beating on Ben 10 when they began jumping him, and a gun falls to the ground. Well, JR fell next to the gun, took control of it, and Ben 10 was the first to be shot, immediately collapsing to the floor, initially on his side before rolling onto his back, as everyone runs off on him. From the sounds of it, the first shot that hit Ben 10 paralyzed him. JR would follow the crowd, firing after them. He then went back to Ben 10, standing over him before shooting him again. He tried to keep firing, but the gun was out of ammo, so instead he pistol whipped him and spit on him. JR can be seen on video wiping off the gun before placing it behind.
Whoa, I ain't know he tried to stand over him and end it all for real, for real. Then he couldn't do it, so he pistol whipped him, then spit on him. Dang, that's some hate right there.
Behind a hostess stand and leaving the scene. Records would show Ben 10 has no sensation in his legs, meaning he's paralyzed from the waist down. Dead End Ron would also have to get a finger amputated, and the arteries in his legs were destroyed by bullets. A bystander was also shot in the ass, suffering non-life-threatening injuries. Following the shooting, JR would take to Instagram, posting pictures of himself inside a famous Detroit jewelry store while wearing a shirt that says, "Unplug that bitch ass ninja." JR would caption the post stating, "Had to shoot to the D and get new ice, cause my man's Ben 10 took some of my stuff to the hospital with him. He'd even hashtag Junior closed the elevator on Ron, claiming J Prince Jr. left Ron for dead. He'd also hashtag OG3 left them after 3 can be seen being pulled away from the fight before gunshots rang out. Another post would state, thought he was mob ties till I shot his ass a few times. So JR.
So y'all know where this gonna head, like, and then you doing that going on internet trolling. It's gonna never stop the feud. More people gonna get unalived by this, so it's crazy. It's just never ending cycle.
Was publicly stating that he shot Ben 10 and Dead End Ron. There was no shying away from it. He was flat out standing on it. He'd even state Ben actually got some of his jewelry, but again, this whole crime was captured on camera, and police at the scene were the first to report they were attempting to snatch his chains. Now, I DM'd JR before I covered this shooting initially, and after he posted this pic, I DM'd him again saying, can't tell you how to move, but fuck all that dissing. Get some big interviews, drop that music, run it up. Don't let this be your defining moment. Use it to propel yourself where you want to be.
Exactly.
As soon as I saw him dissing, it reminded me of BTB Savage, who killed a man in self-defense, flexed it.
Soon as I saw them pictures and stuff, and that this is the first person that it reminded me of.
And then got gunned down for it. But instead of taking my advice or even responding, JR posted a dance challenge.
In honor of my nigga Ben 10, since he wanted to play when I was getting me some food, we made a dance for him. Now the best way this dance can work, if a nigga shoot your dumb ass like 4 or 5 times before you fall. But if you don't got nobody to do that for you, just lay down smooth like this, right? Lay your bitch ass down. And you point them toes up, right? You spread a little bit, cause the nigga done spanked you. And then you just jump a little bit. Do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT, do the BNT. And there y'all go. BN10 challenge, man. Hey, the best BN10 challenge, man. Fuck it. $20,000 BN10 challenge. Best BN10 challenge, man, that go viral. Fuck with me. Let's get a what?
Now keep in mind at this time, Ben 10 had yet to speak out. He was listed in serious critical condition, and no one knew if he was going to make it until he broke his silence.
You know, still early in the morning shit.
Man, you know we gotta get this shit in. These niggas sound split eating good around this bitch. Ain't nothing.
Stupid duck ass. Fuck wrong with you.
With the news that Ben 10 was alive and well, JR would immediately fire back on the gram.
I wake up, all you hoe ass niggas tagging me, talking about, nigga, you see Ben back? You see Ben back? Well, if the bitch so back, tell him to do the Ben 10. I'll double it for him. Fuck he talking about. Do that bitch, Ben. Nigga, this your dance. Get in your groove, nigga, if you back.
Dead End Ron would even post to his story, showing a wrapped up hand after trading his finger for a watch. Ben would then post to his story asking for someone to pay him for an interview so he could tell the real story of how he tried to rob JR. A picture of Ben in a neck brace would leave many wondering his actual condition, and JR would post DMs the two had actually been sending to each other. The DMs would show Ben attempted to call JR, who said, "I ain't trying to talk, send me that challenge, pussy." Ben would say, "Oh, you really a bitch," and JR would fire back saying, "Says the ninja in the hospital full of bullets." JR would get real disrespectful asking, "You wipe that spit off your face? How it feel that everyone left your bum bitch ass to die? You ain't cut, you a bum ass do-boy." JR would go even further saying, "What's crazy was I ain't even tell y'all I spit on the goofy after he got flamed. Thick ass neck brace. Did you get popped or getting a 10-car pile up? I ain't doing your interview, bro, it's over." Ben would take to his story saying, "You telling the story for the police. Y'all literally getting all the information from him. It's so much I want to say, but I'm real and they got real street ninjas watching me. I refuse to let us down." Ben would post a video of him pouring up inside his hospital bed, but the comments would be flooded with trolls asking him to wiggle his toes. Another pic would show Ben 10 with 3.
You see that? Then the internet just gonna jump in and just get the trolling with him. So, you know, he doing his thing with in the pictures with the at the hospital. But what you think gonna happen next?
Who was there when he was shot, and a nurse would comment on the pic saying the blue thing under Ben is a lift pad, confirming that Ben was paralyzed and unable to move. This entire social media back and forth would be observed and documented by local, state, and federal authorities. But the one piece of information that wasn't confirmed is whose gun was fired. JR has claimed he took the gun from one of them. With the majority of NBA being felons, none of them are gonna claim it as they'd be charged with the weapon, and this is where shit gets complicated. All-Star JR is a convicted felon after being sentenced to a 1.5 years for a home invasion in 2014. That conviction apparently bans him from the right to defend his own life. But the United States Courts of Appeals in the Sixth Circuit has detailed a rare exception as long as the defense demonstrates 5 requirements. The defendant must be able to demonstrate they reasonably feared death or serious injury from an imminent threat. They did not recklessly place themselves in the path of that threat. They had no reasonable alternative to possession. They reasonably believed possession would avert the threat, and they maintained possession only as long as necessary to avoid that threat. Those 5 requirements were used in USA versus Jafari Moore, a man who was staring down the barrel of a gun when he disarmed his attacker, shot him, and fled with the weapon. But because
But that's the thing though, with him coming back, standing over him, shooting him again, and trying to empty the rest with the clip being gone, slapping him with the gun and spitting on him, they might have something
he
there
took the
on it.
weapon with him, possessing it longer than necessary, his federal appeal was denied. In this case, All-Star JR picked up a weapon that was allegedly dropped by his attackers, who already physically attacked and robbed him. He opened fire until the weapon was empty, rendering it useless, before placing it behind a hostess stand in a restaurant. If I was his lawyer, I'd argue my client lawfully defended himself, then placed the weapon out of sight so it couldn't be repossessed by any potential threats.
Exactly.
He only possessed the weapon while under threat, used it to defend himself, and then left it at the scene where he found it. I actually think with the right lawyer, JR has a great chance of beating this case due to the fact he
Tell
was
me what y'all
outnumbered,
think.
surrounded, attacked by a group. He shot 2 of the 3 suspects who were on surveillance video robbing and attacking him, and he left the weapon at the scene. But we'll just have to wait and see how this case plays out. Now I'll say this, I'm surprised the feds picked this up, and if he doesn't beat this, I'm disgusted by how the laws are in the US. Imagine being
Exactly, because why wouldn't he be able to beat this if it's not his gun and he was fearing for his life?
attacked for your jewelry that you worked hard for. The attackers attacking you drop a gun, meaning you were attacked by somebody that was armed with a weapon that could easily take your life. They drop the fucking gun, you pick it up and shoot 2 of the people who are attacking you, robbing you, had already robbed you for 1 chain, 1 watch. You shoot them. You leave the gun at the scene after you've already used all the ammo and you made sure no one else is gonna take the gun and reload it. You leave it at the scene, you leave, and the feds charge you with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now you're facing up to 15 years in federal prison for defending your life. And again, I'm gonna break down.
And let me get this right. Yes, I messed up his name at the beginning. 1090J. I knew it was, but it just, my brain was moving so fast, I couldn't get the numbers right. But 1090 Jake, I know who he is.
Because I had to actually look up and find that case. in which it gave 5 reasons as to how you could beat this situation. So I want to go back to that and go through them, right? The defendant must be able to demonstrate they reasonably fear death or serious injury from an imminent threat. Why did I pick up the gun? Because the people attacking and robbing me dropped it. So now that it's on the floor, if they pick it up, they can shoot me. They've already attacked me. They've already started to rob me. So what would stop them from shooting me? I picked up that gun and fired to prevent me from getting shot. They did.
And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So they really think, you know what I'm saying? They got something, y'all let me know what y'all think if All-Star JR really gonna do some time behind protecting himself with a gun that wasn't his. Y'all let me know down in the comments. 1090 Jake channel will be down there in the description, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, to support, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, post notification bell so we continue to drop these bangers for y'all. I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me, and we're gonna keep it popping. For the gang, we out.